From the last EXE discussions video I made regarding Knuckles.EXE, the Slop Curse, or the Emerald Curse, how you want to call it, today we're going to do the part 3 of the EXE discussions, like how exactly Mario Fangames actually rival Sonic.EXE Fangames, and explaining my reasons of why. So, to start off the video, let's start with Mario 85, the original one. It was originally released on December 1st, 2021 by Dokkan Games, which would later be re-uploaded by another developer, Squishybox, 2 years later. Even then, it got updated background with thumbnail and the banner for the game page, which people started to follow the original development of Mario 85. Just like some existing projects, or like Sonic.EXE, Sonic.EXE port, the original one, people hated the original release because it was a clicked-in version, while the remake version was superior version. And honestly, there was also Sonic.EXE Legacy version, which was a promotion from Sonic.EXE page, if I recall correctly. You can let me know down in the section. And there was also a parody of Sonic.EXE port, the parody version of the PC port. Let me check. Yeah, exactly. 2022 delivered some awesome and cool-looking styled fangames, while the other part didn't. Which means we're going to be talking about Mario fangames and answer everyone's curiosity. How do Mario fangames rival Sonic fangames when it comes to the horror style? Like I mentioned earlier, Mario 85 was 2021 project which brought several inspirated Mario 85 projects, including My Little Pony.NES, which was developed by Tarkin, the same developer of Bowser.EXE. Even I myself am surprised it released in 2019, to be very honest. So all of these questions will be answered in this video, so make sure you stick tuned and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed in these commentary videos. So let's get it started. First, the original Mario 85 by Dokkan Games was very difficult on release because people struggled to avoid the giant Mario form, the first level sequence of chase part. People actually enjoyed the experience like that, and they wanted to add more updates to the project because it looked very good. Honestly, as the developers kept their best to deliver some content. We also have the All-Stars version of 85 style. Let me find. The only fan game I could find so far was Mario 93 Remake, but unfortunately the game page is still up, but the game itself for download is not. So from what I remember, people enjoyed Mario 85 because it was an All-Stars version. So honestly, for me, I agree with that. It had everything what 85 didn't. And it basically had a whole 1-1 till 1-4 entire game completed all till the end. What 85 was managed to complete. So then Mario 93 Remake was very good, but some people, if I remember correctly, some accused it because it leaked entire content from Mario 85. I don't know. I'm not so sure about it. If that really happened, then I'll defend the game like Doomsday, the Sonic.EXE Doomsday, and just voice my opinion. So then, after Mario All-Stars, the PC port version, we had, like I said, My Little Pony Little Friends.NES, which was the next game I wanted to talk about. This fan game, honestly, was untouchable entire Mario 85 community and MLP community, as much as I don't watch that cartoon myself. I was honestly shocked that how could this inspiration game be so much better than the original? Like, how much effort did this fan game took? And this entire development team did a W for this project because it tried to recreate Mario 85, but in My Little Pony style, and make it an accurate Mario 85 creepypasta, the horror fan game. But this fan game in release managed to overshadow Project.EXE, the Sonic.EXE Project.EXE, the first and Knuckles demo releases that the developers had tried their best, but unfortunately it had to turn out like the way. I'm sorry, Project.EXE, but MLP Friends NES was beast on release. Even though Sonic.EXE Fangames sometimes deliver such that content, but Mario Fangame content only released monthly or yearly, because you never know what you get and what you expect. Because in that style, Project X was power crept by My Little Pony Friends.NES, a that atmospherical and magnificent project of all time. Besides with this fan game being very fantastic with atmosphere, sprites, and music design, my mind was overblowing with the fan game's release, and honestly, people did not enjoy the experience as much as I did compared to the others, and I adore this project. So this is why I have decided to talk about this project, because people need to know what our fan games were supposed to look like. Next up, we have a wait, what the fuck, bro? Footage, give me a better one. Alright, sorry for this sound number. So, as I was saying, I wanted to talk about the recent Mario 85 deluxe version, which honestly to me, it was disturbingly hard, because it tries to recreate the entire Mario 85, but the problem is, it is very hard. You have only one life, no free lives, just one life. It is incredibly hard. That was the problem back then when the first Mario 85 released, and people really didn't like struggling a lot with one life, starting over all over again. Like, that is genuinely despicable. Next up in the list, we have Cruis and Frozen Inferno. Both of these fan games are developed by the same developer, just like left behind the game, which is beautiful, but Cruis and Frozen Inferno, which both of these fictional characters are owned by Nintendo, I have a right to talk about it. First on the list has to be Cruis Mortem. Cruis Mortem is a Super Mario Bros. 2 creepypasta fan game, but it had several updates when it comes to demos and version patch bug fixes, like first release, second release, and third release. I am assuming this was a full version like it was 2 years ago, but prior to what we had right now, Cruis Mortem is currently standing in the ground up front. I'm not saying this because I hate the game, but I'm saying this because people are forgetting Mario fan games and they only just focus on Sonic more than focus on Mario, which is the problem. And Cruis Mortem is on Prime itself was fantastic on release, but the problem was how difficult levels used to be for Luigi. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And just about a month or a year later, yeah, the Inferno project, the Ice Climbers, the same, even though it's owned by the same company, Nintendo, Frozen Inferno was another approach to Cruis Mortem, and honestly, both of these fan games were pretty good, but thankfully, they are still worth playing right now because at least it's beautiful, to say at least. I would continue talking more about Mario fan games, but I will just have to cut short and make it for last. For the last topic, it has to be recent Mario Daredevil Edition. For starters who don't know about this fan game, it's basically an attempt to recreate whole Mario.EXE in a whole new experience and a whole new level. As much as the developer published it about this year, people try it their best, and nowadays this fan game is worth playing because you can achieve at least doing something when it comes to challenging levels and the high score you need to obtain. It's basically you are playing a game, yeah, in a console, and you're trying to compete for a leaderboard. That is honestly something new a fan game would never do, and I myself am surprised because generations before, those popcorns are good. Anyway, internet video game platformings used to have online leaderboards, and whoever performs the best in world rankings would get their names and high scores featured inside of the game, and whoever, it's like speedrun tactics when you are speedrunning a game, and that's why I decided to heavily focus on Daredevil Edition, because Daredevil was a recent project which released this year, and I was surprised that this fan game revives the old feature, the leaderboard, even though I myself tried to implant it, but it was heavily impossible to make it a real thing. Daredevil is honestly one of top 5 Mario horror fan games of all time, but it still can compete only Sonic fan games side, and for my defensive side, Daredevil Edition is better game than anything you could have imagined, and I recommend you trying Crimson Memories as I mentioned, so I'll make sure so. So, Mario Crimson Memories had 3 releases. First was a prologue, second was a bug fix, and third was Luigi update alongside updating Mario prologue, which features more stuff and what the first release didn't have. And honestly, the first Crimson Memories was very good to start things up, and second was the second release of Luigi Chapter was also another way to revive the fan game's reputation. As much as the sprite works was very good, but the problem was the encounter bugs in first release of Luigi Chapter was bugged out for Android devices, and PC users could have played it fine. And then that comes the conclusion for Crimson Memories, and as much as I enjoy playing Crimson Memories and all, even though I myself do enjoy Sonic fan games as well as I do on Mario fan games, it doesn't mean I despise Sonic fan games because Mario fan games are better or opposite than you think, because I'm not that type of a guy. And before we just end the video, I want to point out that I am not hating developers who develop Sonic.EXE fan games, like a creepypasta style Sonic horror fan game. That also applies for Mario side of a horror fan game and other franchise of a fan horror fan games, because developers are spending their hardest effort to become very creative, but because of the current problem, Slop Curse, aka Emerald Curse, that is causing to the originality, developers are starting to lose the motivation, and I have to remind everyone that creativity is the only thing that keeps the community alive, not a copy nor plagiarism. As the developer of Slop Curse, the Emerald Curse, is being aggressive towards the new developers without giving them a redemption, it is honestly sad, like sadness, pure depression for developers who are not spared by a developer to try to come with originality. Which is why, like I said, and I will repeat again, with the problem of Slop Curse, the Emerald Curse, the originality is falling down, and the creator himself is threatening reviews to be demolished because of a criticism that has said about the Emerald Curse. And not only does it involve my team members behind the reviews, it also involves developers who had their fan games criticized in a positive feedback, which does make a problem. And I'm asking everyone who were watching this video, like, when you're making a fan game, try to be original, and instead of taking it to Emerald Curse, take it to the reviews and ask us to review it. And helping us review your game will not only help people be happy about their feedback, but it will also help new members, new community members, even from YouTube, Game Jolt, TikTok, any social media platform, find a better fan game. That is why I had to come clean before a rage baiter or someone else does come in the comments and say some bullcrap stuff. That should be all from this video, and if you enjoyed in this EXE discussions so far you guys saw lastly, let me know if you want to see more of them, and I'll be glad to continue the series and a campaign as a whole. Supporting my channel means a lot to me and other people who want to find better fan games, so make sure you enjoy my content, subscribe, and help me achieve my goal. Thank you for watching, and I will probably see you in the next EXE discussion video. Adios!